Marty B69, what do you make of the Jason Blahart and Simon drama? Awkward. Hello and welcome to another video, and today I'm going to hit you hard down below with another Q&A. Now, on Sunday on my Instagram account I posted a Q&A picture with a thread for you guys to ask me questions, and as always I got freaking loads. What is wrong with you weirdos? Now, I am quite simply going to blitz through as many as I can. I'm going to set myself a timer. I decided on 15 minutes because I figure any more than that is too much. And less than that would be, I'd feel mean because I've missed out loads of questions, so I figure 15 minutes is a happy medium. I will start my timer in a second. When I do that, I'm just going to hammer through the questions. Like I said, I'm going to try and go like quick fire. Again, as always, I've not looked at these, I haven't seen them, I have not screened them, so I have no idea what they're going to be, which makes it even more exciting. So, timer is on, 15 minutes, let's do it. Question number 1, Gabriel Say Fitness, do you like my hair? No. It sucks. I literally hate it. In fact, I just hate you in general. You're an idiot. Owen Durs, that's not a real name. What's the meaning behind your tattoo on your arm, mate? I've said it loads of times. I've got a video called something like My Car Crash. Go and watch it. I explain everything there. Dalton _ carp, that's a fish. What will help me mentally and physically from switching back and forth from a deficit to a surplus? That's a tough question. I would say never go too extreme. Like, don't go from a massive surplus to a huge deficit. Like, you know, kind of do it gradually. So go from a really minor surplus and then drop down to a minor deficit, and it shouldn't be too bad. Luke _ Siddle, would you ever cut down and possibly compete in bodybuilding? No, I like the idea of bodybuilding training, but the thought of competing for me personally just doesn't excite me. It's not the kind of thing I want to do, so it's almost certainly never going to happen. Gary McCrossan, this guy's a hero. Should you worry about a butt wink? In general life, yeah, it's quite weird. In terms of squatting, which I'm assuming you're referencing, a squat butt wink, depends. Basically, in terms of getting more flexible and avoiding a butt wink, you need to squat more, you need to squat deep but with lighter weight. So I would say if you do have a butt wink, don't go mental, don't squat really heavy, just gradually build it up, and over time with squatting deep and some kind of hip flexor, hamstring, glute, lower back mobility, it should ease off nicely, but just be patient. If it is still there and it's noticeable, don't try and go mega heavy because it's only going to exacerbate the issue. Darren Daz 1980, what do you think of Wendler 531 program and what are the pros and cons? Good question, my friend. Wendler 531 is a great kind of starter program, like for a real beginner. The pros are that you work at a training max, so you never lift. You never miss reps. You should be, all the reps should be manageable, and you should kind of feel good all the time. The cons, in my opinion, are that the frequency is not high enough. So you do each lift once a week. For me, that isn't enough. So I believe there are better programs out there. Ivo _ Yankov 13. Do you think 132.5 kilogram squat and 140 kilogram deadlift 1 rep max are good for 16 years old, 81 kilos, space, then a question mark? Not bad, mate. It's pretty good. Obviously, at your age, make sure your form is good, but that is impressive. Well done. Keep going. Nice one. Jamie _ Adams. Are you ever going to cut properly, Matt, like your diet? All right, give me a break. From Jamie. I don't know. I might cut down next year for the British champs to go for the lower weight category, but I honestly don't know. The thought of cutting kind of, I don't know, scares me a little bit, but I don't know, maybe. Gabe Grog 4, will there ever be a 20,000 calorie challenge? We've been patiently waiting. I know you have, I know a lot of you guys have, apologies for that, but quite frankly, in my current state, there's no chance. I would not be able to do a 20k challenge, I would die. So the question should be, do you want to die on a video, Matt? And my answer is no, so there we go. Dom King with double M and double G. What's your favourite exercise and why? I would say squat. Right now, squat, because it's going well and squat looks awesome, and that's why. And you get massive glutes from squatting deep. Matt _ Corpse _ PT. When looking to gain size, I'm talking serious size. Thanks for highlighting that, Matt. What do you think is the best type of split? PP, so pull, push, legs, or set days for muscle groups, etc., or something different. I personally am a big believer in push-pull legs. I think research has shown that muscle synthesis kind of peaks and then is done after 48 hours. So basically what it means is after 48 hours you're good to go again. So if you're doing one muscle group once a week, you are essentially missing out a lot of days when you could be hitting it again. So I personally believe if you're hitting each muscle group every 3 days or so, then you're good. Any kind of variation of that is fine. Sasha Maria Lucas, lots of names there, bit greedy. Mattdoesfitness, would you rather have the hiccups for the rest of your life or always feel like you need to sneeze but can't? Whew, that's tough. That is tough. I would have to say maybe the hiccups. The hiccups. The sneeze would be incredibly infuriating. The hiccups would also suck. I don't know. That's like saying, would you rather drown or burn alive? They're both going to suck. Cat in the Rack. You've asked me a question before, Cat in the Rack. As a Brit, how would one go about competing in powerlifting? Well, Cat in the Rack, go on the GBPF website and basically go from there. There are loads of different federations. I found it quite confusing at first. I would just say, yeah, look on the GBPF website. Or if you want to go in another federation, look at the other federations and look where the competitions are. Maybe get some contact details, maybe send someone an email. They tend to have Facebook groups, so just kind of get socialising and find out the kind of info from there, mate. Death X Trap, that sounds like a dangerous name. Are we going to see more of Gabriel Say on the channel? I think this is Gabriel with an alias posting. Gabriel, mate, that's a bit immature. Yes, we are. Me and Gabriel are pretty much married, so he'll be back. I'll be back on there in no time at all. M1KE Clark. Stupid name. Is the shoulder strength improving with OHP now in your workout? Yes, it is, mate. Although quite slowly. Like overhead strength is the reason I dropped overhead press a year or so ago is because it was going up so slowly. Like it sucked. It's so depressing. Training your shoulders loads and then you're going up by like half a kilogram each week. It kind of sucks, but yes, it is going up just slowly. Thanks for asking. Ricky _Coates, do you even lift? Yes, yeah, I do, mate. Forever Wolf Clark, do you use banana? I'm not gonna finish reading that. That is an inappropriate question. What he's asked is, do you use banana skins as conception aids? No. I don't, because I don't believe in cruelty to bananas. That would be, and it would just be quite strange, let's face it, it would be quite strange. I'm a strange man, but I'm not that strange. Mark McQueen, would you feed me Krispy Kremes while we squat? Yes, Mark, I would, as I've stated numerous times in our WhatsApp chat where you keep sending me nudes. Ben Hawking, will you ever incorporate Olympic lifts into your workouts, and do you see a potential benefit for powerlifters in doing so? Good question, good question. Maybe the best question so far. I used to do like clean and snatch and stuff when I was jumping, when I was an athlete, because it's very obviously, it's kind of a link between lifting heavy and running and jumping. It's like, it's more explosive, more plyometric based. I probably won't ever do it because I personally don't think there's a massive carryover between that and powerlifting. I mean, I know a lot of guys do cleans to help their deadlift, but I personally don't think, I mean, if I'm going to powerlift, I think doing the big three are the priority, so I don't want to waste time doing those other lifts when I could be powerlifting, basically. Ibby the Driddy, that's a weird name, or Drydy. Would you recommend hypertrophy at the end of my workouts as a finisher? That is a weird question. If you're a powerlifter, I don't know. I mean, obviously hypertrophy is getting bigger, yeah. So that's good all the time. Assuming you're a powerlifter, then yeah, I think it is, by all means. Basically, the more muscle mass you have, the more strength potential you have, and therefore hypertrophy work should definitely be a part of your workout. But you should always prioritise your strength work before the hypertrophy work. Joey Van Meesen, where did you meet Sarah? We were friends when we were younger, when we were like 14, 15, and so we've been hanging out for years, and then we just kind of, one thing led to another, and the rest is history. TJE Morgan, if you have no access to a coach or powerlifting specific gym, what's the best way to get started in powerlifting? I said it earlier, look on like the websites, the federation websites. They tend to have contact details and like Facebook groups and stuff, so just get chatting. I'm sure you'll find powerlifters near you. I personally don't train with any powerlifters or any kind of coach, and my gym is more of a bodybuilding gym, but if you want to do it enough, then there's no reason why you can't just go in there and lift heavy and do it anyway. Kate Ward 001. I like names that have numbers, like a combination of letters and numerical. I think that's really good. I'm all for that. I'm going to change my name to Matt6 because it just 6 sounds a bit like sex. Kate Ward, yeah, 001. Do you find it hard juggling your job and fitness, including YouTube? Yeah, I do. Like, it's hard. Obviously, YouTube takes a lot of time. Work is quite stressful. Training is obviously hard in the middle there. So I do find it hard, but I'm getting by. Like, I think it's really key that you're quite organised and you plan when you're going to do things. That, in my opinion, underpins like being successful. You need to have a plan. You need to say, right, I'm going to do this today, I'm going to do this tomorrow, and so on. Otherwise, you freak out and don't get stuff done. Calvin Corley, do you have abs? Yes, Calvin, I do. They're not as great as they were a couple of years ago when I was jumping, but they're still there. They're still going strong, hanging in there. JS Sandal, how are you so sexy? I don't know. I mean, my granddad is very, very sexy, so I'm assuming it's just a genetic, an inherent thing. Obviously, skip my dad, and then I've got it, so luck, I guess. AM Training, when are you going back to San Diego? I came back last week, but I deliberately avoided you. I actually stayed in a house next to your house, but I just made sure we didn't have any contact because I don't really like you. Jav544, would you rather lick peanut butter off a hobo's toe or punch a puppy in the face, in brackets, relatively hard? Definitely punch a puppy in the face. Like, I'd feel bad, but it's not going to die. You know, puppies would probably, I imagine they'd get over it straight away, probably still love me. It would think it was just like a friendly thing, I guess. And licking, I don't even like peanut butter right now, and I certainly don't like hobo's toes. So that combination is an absolute non-starter. I mean, if you look at the other side, I don't like punching puppies in the face, but I like puppies. So that's one good thing versus two bad things. So it's a no-brainer. Goody Beats, do any of your students know you have a YouTube channel and do they make fun of you? Yes, like the novelty's kind of worn off. Like initially kids will kind of make fun, I guess, just kind of talk about it all the time. It's kind of died down a bit now, but yeah, they all know about it. Kevin Plamadila, I'm guessing you are Alex Plamadila's brother or his husband or his dad or uncle or granddad. Do you have any plans on coming to Ireland anytime soon? Yes, I definitely have been coming for a while. I will definitely come over soon. Yeah, I'd love to come over. Jake Van Thoff. Do you drink alcohol, and if not, why? That's presumptuous of you. I don't avoid it. Like, I will drink it occasionally. I'm quite a lightweight, so it doesn't take very much to get me drunk. So if I go out and have like one drink, then obviously it could be embarrassing. So I don't avoid it, but the opportunity doesn't always arise. And also I'm quite a weirdo, so I feel like if I'm drunk, I'm just a slightly more weird version of myself anyway. I don't really need it. I can have an awesome time without being drunk. So in answer to the question, I do drink, just not very occasionally. Matteo93, do you see yourself graduating from 5x5 anytime soon? I'm not, I guess I am doing that in a way, but I'm doing like a modified Texas method. I'm not doing a strict 5x5, but I mean, whatever I'm doing, whether I was doing like a DUP program or whatever, there'll probably be elements of 5x5 in there, so I'm sure I'll always have some kind of element of that in my training. George White 99, will you ever do a t-shirt clothing giveaway? Yeah, I'm sure Machine would do it. I'll speak to Machine and we can sort that out. Obviously, I'm not doing my own clothing. It would be down to Machine. But what I'll do, I'll ring them up and just say, look, guys, send me loads of clothes that I can do for a giveaway. Otherwise, I will burn down your entire business. And then I'm sure it'll be fine. RTB69, what do you make of the Jason Blaha and Simon drama? Awkward. I think it's quite funny. Like, I do find that whenever there's any kind of like drama on YouTube, and I kind of want to do it in inverted commas, but I won't because doing that really annoys me. It's ridiculous. Like, it is literally ridiculous. I want to say, what are you doing? Like, for a start, whatever the drama is, it's ridiculous. So you're making a video talking about someone else, sometimes in another country making a video. Like, it's pathetic, it's meaningless, I don't really care. But in terms of this particular case, all I would say is that in terms of Jason Blaha, if you make a video or if you do something in a video, the second you publish that on YouTube or the internet, you forfeit any right you ever had to be annoyed about a response. You can't do something and then be annoyed about someone's response, because that's their right to have a response to what you've done, and you've put it on a public domain, so it's kind of tough. So the fact that he's getting annoyed about what Simon was saying, like, just get over it. It's pathetic, it doesn't really matter, and let's be honest, it is quite funny as well. German gains. Which routine gave you the best gains / progress? I don't know. I guess I was doing a program for like my own made up thing for like a year pretty much, where I just did 5 sets of 5 and 5 sets of 3 with standard linear progression. And if you look at my progress from last year when I was doing that, my lifts went up by freaking loads, like massive jumps. So that will be the program where I got the most gains, but it was more to do with the stage I was at. I was still a beginner, so when you're a beginner, you can do, you could go and ride a unicycle for 6 weeks and you probably get stronger. You get stronger whatever you do. Lewis 98. That's a stupid name. It should be Lewis 98. Change it. Did you go to university to become a PE teacher? No, I did sports therapy, so I'm a qualified physiotherapist, but I just didn't fancy doing that. And then I was coaching in schools and stuff, and I ended up kind of just working as a PE. It just kind of was like a natural progression, Lewis 98 asked another question, but because of your annoying name, I'm not going to answer it. Axel Jill. Why don't you count your macros, and what's your goal nowadays? My goal is to grow the longest beard known to man. My alarm has just gone off. That's awkward. I'm going to finish the question. Why don't you count your macros? I don't count my macros because I kind of estimate them, and that works fine, and I think it will be a massive ball ache having to count them all the time. I just can't be bothered. I don't feel like I need to. Like, basically, if I'm trying to get heavier, I'll weigh myself every so often. If I'm getting heavier, I'll keep eating what I'm eating. If I'm not getting heavier, I'll eat more. And I tend to eat similar things each day, so it's quite easy for me to gauge the amount I'm eating. So to be honest, I don't feel the need to do that. Maybe that I'll start doing it in the future, but at the moment, I'm not going to do it. And that, my friends, is the end of that. I really apologise if I didn't answer your question. I know I didn't answer quite a lot of them, but I don't want to go on forever. So the lesson we've learned here, guys, is don't be lazy morons. When I post a Q&A thing on Instagram, just comment question straight away, and then I'll answer it. And obviously, if you're not following me on Instagram and you didn't even know this was happening, then go and follow me. When I say follow me. That's quite weird, isn't it? For the fact that you're following someone on Instagram, that sounds quite disturbing. Like, there's kind of stalker insinuations there. I prefer it was just like, not even watch, like watching. That sounds quite weird. Maybe just like, just like on Instagram. I don't know. That sounds, for me, that's quite a disturbing undertone. Anyway, the video's done. I'm now talking about random things that are irrelevant to anything to do with this video, so I will end it there. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you did like the video, then please give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow.